is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, the hype episode number 156. Welcome in. Make sure you subscribe to us on Mojo Break Media, where all of our content is. We have a baseball show now and a football show where we talk about the sport and the hobby behind the sport as well. We've got a jam-packed show. We're going to talk about the top 5 NFL value boxes from 2019 as that class gets into their sophomore year, and we've had some big games from some of the rookies in the 2019 rookie class, so stay tuned for that. We're also going to be giving away another box of 2020 Donruss, so see how you can win by the end of the show. We're going to talk Giannis. We've got Contenders Optic, which is breaking today live at Mojobreak.com. Shiny on-card rookie autographs, 1920 product, brand new, so check that out. Guys, I know you're both in sync here, drinking your drinks, trying to get some sponsorships. From either the kale drink you've got or the purple monster.
Dude, come on. I told you it's kombucha probiotic.
Probiotic.
It's not kale.
You have stomach problems?
I'm just trying to prevent them.
Oh, okay. Trying to be proactive.
Trying to be
with
proactive.
The probiotic.
Probiotic.
So how does it feel, guys? You guys are both 2-0. Your teams, NFL, Raiders, Rams, 2-0. How does that feel?
Feels good, baby.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. That Monday night game was amazing.
Well, actually, I mean, I got to say, congrats to C-Rad and the Las Vegas Raiders. They, out of the gate, look better than they've looked in, 5 years?
Yep.
That offense
Offense
looks legit.
But we did just enough to stop Drew Brees. But my thing is that we were on the field for so long that our defense just got so much rest
I think we were talking about it. We were talking about it maybe on the football show on Thursday, but I want to circle back. Drew Brees does not look like Drew Brees anymore, right?
Yeah.
It safe to say.
Noodle arm?
Safe to say that he does not look like the Drew Brees of old. Like back in the day, I mean, I know he's missing Michael Thomas, but back in the day, if he was down like 2 touchdowns, he wouldn't be out of the game until there's like a minute and a half left. You'd be like, I don't know.
Guys in the chat, should we be starting? Should the Saints be starting Jameis Winston? Is it that time?
But he isn't the future.
Could be a stopgap. He just threw how many freaking touchdowns last year?
Man, I think it's Taysom Hill time.
Taysom Hill. Okay. All right. Well, we got our first topic, and I guess this shouldn't be surprising anymore. I mean, after all these big dollar sales, we've got another one that just happened, and a Giannis rookie logo man just sold for $1.8 million. 1314 National Treasures logo man.
Holy Grail, pretty much.
The holy grail of Giannis cards. And I mean, now that we're talking about modern cards, there's always a clear-cut number one when it comes to basketball. It's the rookie autograph logo man. There's only one of them in the world, so it is the best card of his. But you're talking about a guy that just got bounced out the playoffs. I know he just won an MVP. But a $1.8 million sales. C-Rad, what are your thoughts? Let's start with you on a $1.8 million card that was made 6 years ago.
Yeah, for me, that total is obviously insane to think about. I saw on Instagram the person that owned it back in it's a big seller on eBay actually owned it at some point, and I was reading that he sold it for around 40 to 50,000. This was back in 2015 or 16, maybe.
That's a long time ago.
Wow.
So that obviously that number is insane. It makes me wonder though, because him getting bounced out of the playoffs, his cards have come down quite a bit, since then. I wonder if he was still competing right now in the Eastern Conference Finals, how much more that might have gone for. But as it stands, it's still an amazing amount of money.
I don't know if
for a guy who hasn't won an NBA championship yet.
It makes it look like the LeBron that just sold for around the same amount that somebody got to steal. I mean, granted, it's not a logo man, but it is closest to the Holy Grail LeBron exquisite card, number to 23.
But there's still 22 of those LeBron
correct.
James theoretically. Yeah. Somebody has them. So this is truly a one-on-one. My thing is, does that card hold its value if Giannis is not on the Bucks next year? Is there a chance that it can go down depending on what market he goes to?
What do you think, C-Rad?
My thinking is that, I think it depends on what team he goes to. Honestly.
Okay, well let's throw a couple teams out there. Let's say he goes to the Warriors. Does that card go up, or does it all depend on if he wins championships?
I feel like at this point in his current career, because he's coming into his prime. He is in his prime. I would say he's in his prime right now. He has to, at this point in his career, he has to win some championships. He has to get a couple of Finals MVPs to justify these crazy prices. His run up that's been happening the last 4 or 5 years. So yeah, anything less than that, I feel like it's that time maybe now that his cards will start to go down rather than up.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we've been talking about him and Luka all year in terms of prices. As you can see from Darren Ravel, the same person that bought the LeBron card also bought this card. And when we did the segment before, we were trying to figure this guy out. He was from lob.com, and he responded to a tweet saying he's got bigger things happening. Well, that bigger thing, if you go to his Twitter, he's already changed it, saying professional collector, flipper, negotiator of random things, co-founder of lob.com. So if you go on to Alt Official, I tried to sign up, and they put me on a waiting list to sign up for their site. So this is another one of those buy share sites. So I think we've got like 4 or 5 of these. Now what that means is that everybody's going to buy a piece of the LeBron. Everybody's going to buy a piece of the Giannis. But they're attacking the market by buying the 2 greatest modern NBA cards of all time. They're putting them in their vault. They're going to be allowing people, from what I believe, to own shares of this card. I don't know what I think about this strategy, and I also don't like the fact that they're not letting me on the site by creating false hype and demand unless there's reason behind it. I could not join. I am in position 2065 to get onto the site. But it says I will get more priority access if I invite friends.
Dude, you right now are like at a hip Las Vegas club, and you're just way in the back of the line over there. You're like wrapped.
I'm around the building.
You're like wrapped around the parking structure. Like you have no chance of getting in tonight.
Well, no. It says if you invite your friends. So like if we want to get bottle service, we can get up in there.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe if you guys join in and we all get in, but. Is it a server issue? Are they trying to like work out the kinks before they invite everybody in? Because if it's a shared program, wouldn't you want as many people that are willing to join as possible?
I think it's creating false hype.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It feels like it's like, what kind of gimmick are you doing on me? Like, I could be wrong. I don't know. But from what if I'm going to forget about this, they're going to send me an email saying I've joined, and I'm probably going to be moving on to bigger and better things. So,
well, I mean, based on where you are again in line, you're going to get in. You might get into the club at like, I don't know, 2:30 in the afternoon. They ain't going to be popping.
Unless it's in Vegas.
Well, I'm trying to find.
Yeah, I don't even think they open up clubs at that time. There is a club. Where is it located? It's near the Flamingo that doesn't open until like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Like they actually don't let people in until 4 a.m.
4 in the morning. Yep. So people that go to the clubs, like they get out normal 2, 3.
Yeah, so you go to the regular club, and then you go to the after hours club.
Yep.
But yeah, that's crazy. 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
and I think they go until like 10 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm past my prime. That's even in Vegas around 3 o'clock. I'm like, it's time to go to bed. Dan's done. He's had enough.
I don't know, man. After this pandemic's over, I don't know. I might go a little wild over there.
You might go to the 4 a.m. club.
Vegas Raiders. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a wild time.
Built up like I couldn't go anywhere. Energy and just you may only make it 10 minutes.
If the Rams are playing in Vegas, if they were playing like the AFC West, I'd go down there. I'd go down there for sure. I don't know if I'd go to the 4 a.m. club with you, but I'd go down, watch the game.
I know. I can't wait to be able to go to Vegas and watch a football game. I mean, that stadium, it looks.
I can't wait.
Stunning.
I can't wait to go to a sports bar, even locally, watch a game. Not even Vegas. It could just be like be just like down the street from my house. I'd love to go just watch a game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find out the details. I found a way. Somebody did a good little article on explaining how the alt program works. They're not only doing cards. I think they're doing
Like I think aren't they doing overall market watch?
They're doing it's almost becoming like, and I don't know. I mean, economists in the stock market have theories on, what's going to happen after the election. We're obviously not going to get political, but it's almost like people are trying to turn assets into like Bitcoin in a sense. So like creating, and this website is called Alt. So it's alternative forms of currency. So it's almost like they're trying to change things out of dollars, right? So I don't know where this is headed, but we know we have Raleigh Road that we talked about, which you like to call Old Town Road. There's the people that bought the Evan Mathis mantle that are doing the same thing. So back in the 80s and 90s when everything exploded, there was a million grading companies. So now we're in the modern era. We're dealing with the explosion of let's buy a piece of things, which I don't know. I feel like I don't get it. I don't know if I can't hold the card. If I only own a piece of the card, it seems weird to me.
But the funny thing is that you run a company that sells product a very similar way.
Yeah.
So you're saying that I don't get
but
it,
people
but
get
yet we do
tangible
group breaks.
things.
We do group breaks, which is basically crowdsourcing and pulling a bunch of money together to open up a case. So I think you get it.
I get it, but those folks are going to get something tangible. Like
hopefully
it would be the equivalent if we did a group break where we sold 30 teams, and then inside those 30 teams we sold percentages of those teams too.
You get a
We're not doing
you
that.
get a piece of Zion. You don't get the whole one. You're sharing Zion with this other user.
It's like crowdsourcing and then crowdsourcing on top of that, which I don't understand. But
don't give any group breakers ideas either.
This guy has a lot of money, and he's going after this market. He's going after the collectible site, going after the collectible market as an alternative form of currency in a sense.
Yeah.
From what I understand, I can't get onto the site, so I don't know because I'm in the back of the club. I'm wrapped around the building. I'm hanging out by the garbages, waiting to get in. But as soon as I get in, maybe I'll have some more insight and I'll figure out how it all works. But as of right now, I just know that he spent $3.6 million on 2 cards. And that's not going to get you into the club. They'll laugh at you. They'll be like, I have $3.6 million in basketball cards. You're not getting in. I don't know.
That's when you probably have to buy the bottle service to get in.
Yeah, I'd say so. Creating a cardboard stock market.
Yeah, and then that's absolutely what's happening.
Yeah.
And like Doug was saying, in the 90s, if you go back, you'll see a bunch of small-time grading companies that were just essentially giving everybody 10s. They're, piggybacking on PSA.
Trying to get a piece of the
And
market.
everybody was like 10s, because 10s were the key to the value, right? If everybody got 10s, your card would be worth more. I'm surprised we have not seen that yet with the backlog of BGS and the backlog of PSA, and you have SGC that's trying to, make their claim in the modern game. Where's the CRAD 6.5 grading companies? I mean, where? In all seriousness, like when are we going to see it where people are just going to make their own slab and just start going, I'm going to be a grading company now? There's no doubt a demand for it. And instead of that, right now we're getting these stock market share crowdsourcing, because you don't physically get that card. You never will get that card. At no point are you ever going to, you could buy 100,000 shares of it. You're not going to be able to physically have that card. That card is always going to be whatever company is representing that card. It's their card.
It's their card. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to do some more research, and I want to do a segment where we compare them all and talk about that later. But from the same golden auction sale where the Giannis sold, there was an 0304 exquisite LeBron that sold for $400,000. An 09 Chrome Draft Trout Orange Refractor that sold for $369,000. An 86-87 Fleer unopened box, including 1 pack with Michael Jordan rookie on top, for $162,000. An 0304 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor that sold for $322,000. A Topps Update Diamond Anniversary Trout rookie card 1 of 1, $174,000. And an 07-08 Kobe Bryant autographed game-used playoff-worn road jersey that he wore in 2 games, $136,000. What a time to be alive, guys. I mean, it's just insane the amount of money being thrown around. I mean, just houses and mansions being thrown around on single sports cards. I mean, this is just absolute madness.
Yeah.
When does it end? I don't know. It feels like we're, as much times we talk about this bubble bursting, I feel like it's not. Like we haven't even reached the peak yet. When you see sales like this, it's just literally nuts.
It could end when there's a product that comes out and the market price is $15,000 for a case and you're getting 20 autographs.
Well, that's a perfect segue into Contenders Optic.
I know.
That just came out today. I actually like it. I mean, I looked at the price point and I was like, it does seem a little high. It's not surprising. It's not surprising when you look at the retail prices and you're like, it's in line with the whole year that we're in. One of our big polls over this morning was a Luka Doncic gold vinyl 101 that Dan pulled. Hot hands Dan over here.
Play the song?
I sang it.
Okay.
I sang it in the background. I'm a songbird of our generation. But I did sing the song. We did pull this. We pulled 2 Jaw autos, which are redemptions. 1 Zion auto. There is some dumpy autos in there. Dumpy meaning guys that maybe don't sell as well, like a Ralph Sampson. He's one of the greatest Rocket players of all time. But in the grand scheme of getting 1 auto a box, it's going to be a kick to the sack. But it's shiny and it's got some great potential. It's got a lot of chase. And I wanted to ask you this question. Is Contenders Optic the number 1 sought-after on-card rookie autograph in basketball?
I actually answered this question over the weekend. Not yet, in my opinion. Not yet. This being only the second year of Contenders Optic, it's obviously very, very popular. And obviously the cards are beautiful. The on-card autos are beautiful, and especially the parallels. But for me, it's still Contenders Cracked Ice, or even the Contenders regular premium editions, which are very similar to the Optics, but they're they're slightly different. So
that's another good point, and we had that brought up in the chat today. Is how do you tell the difference, and which one is better? Because the Contenders Optics that are in Contenders are hard to pull, right?
Yeah,
the card stock is different. And then I guess the back would indicate that it's Contenders, right?
Yes,
as opposed
exactly.
to Contenders Optic.
We just don't love the next day
and those
the next
have
day
the
autos anymore. Next day autos, we don't care about those.
The next day's autos for me this year have taken a step back, in my opinion, design wise, and also the fact that I get why they were using those the next day stamps over the Zion. I guess the reasoning is that they didn't want people. The thing that I've heard is that they didn't want people faking his autograph or something, so they put those stamps over his autograph. So I'm like,
but how would they fake it unless there was blank ones out there?
Yeah, I don't know either. That's what I heard. That's what I heard from other people.
With that theory, they should just put the stamp on every single card. Then.
Yeah. So for me, the next day autos have taken a step back this year particularly, but those will always still be top 10 on card autos. I think Contenders at this point, the Cracked Ice, in terms of just like on card autographs, the Contenders Cracked Ice and the Contenders Premium Edition still, for me, are the top of the list.
And just to clarify, you're just saying autograph cards with no relics, no
on
packs.
card rookie autos.
Because
yeah.
you sit there, we're talking about like on card autos, NT, RPAs on card.
Right,
that would probably be the
without
a
jersey or a relic or a patch.
There's a lot of releases. There's Impeccable. Don't they have
Impeccables?
They have
RPAs,
but they're known more for the RPAs, right?
Yeah.
You got Court Kings. Court Kings has on card, right? It's an early release.
Court Kings, Optic, rated rookies are on card, which are also, I think, they are beautiful, but I don't count them as the top.
So okay, let me ask you that: has the Contenders Optic passed up the Optic in terms of likability in the market?
It looks like it, judging from last year.
Because it almost seems like the Optic regular is the autograph is nice, but it's not the reason people are buying the box.
Yeah, people want the base cards.
Contenders Optic, yes, there's parallels too, but the main point is the autograph, right? So,
exactly.
Man, you get the rated rookie. Like if you get the true Optic rated rookie auto,
which I think it looked really nice.
I think that would be definitely up there. I would put that above Contenders Optic.
Here's an idea for Panini, and I know people.
Whoa! We're not here.
Hate on this,
we're not here to give any more ideas. We do enough of that.
What if we did a Prism Signatures where it was actually Prism and it was on card?
Oh, dude, we've been
because
talking.
Prism is sticker.
Been talking about that for football forever.
And I know Prism is has become, and I know we're in the parallel era. I think we're going to call that the parallel era. We're
Say that 5 times.
no, parallel era. Parallel era.
I like
parallel
that.
Era.
Parallel era.
So that's not that bad. If there's another P in there, it might be kind of hard. But Prism, an on-card Prism auto could quickly jump above some of these other ones, but it comes out early and it's a sticker auto. So
maybe on Panini's end, they don't want to mess with a good thing without what they have with Prism. You know what I mean?
I mean, at that
being
point,
able to make a sticker product, like they don't have to stress about getting those on card.
True.
I love Chrome technology as much as everybody else, but I think at this point we need to pump the brakes. Everything can't be chromed over. We can't be doing chromed over national treasures. We can't.
That's why they're going acetate.
Yeah.
Clearly not us.
We need. Remember,
Oh yeah, we're gonna have that. Is that gonna be on card? No, it looks like it's gonna be stickers.
remember
Right?
when cards
think
used
they
to be
were
regular
sticker.
shape and regular just cardboard?
Well, look, they could do it. They could do
Back in 2015.
They could do Prism signatures like Clearly Authentic. It could be just an encased auto, and it could be a 10-box inner case, 20-box master case. We got a product. I mean, I think Panini's sitting back and going like, more autographs. We can't get them. Like, it's not possible. But I don't know. I mean,
No, I mean, look at all the products that are coming out. I mean, this is granted. All the rookies, at least most of the rookies, are on card. There is a lot of sticker autos, but like this is a product that I don't know if it's gone down, but I think it's somewhere in the $500 range per hobby box. One autograph.
Mm-hmm.
One autograph.
Hey, at least you're getting one.
Yeah, blow your mind. Clearly, Donruss is not guaranteeing any
I know.
hits.
I
And
know.
it's 500.
I know, and this is what I was saying before, and I say it every single week. The dumpy sticker autos, the Ralph Sampsons and the Fat Levers and all those, that is what is saving us from having mass production.
Say it again, Dan.
I say it every week. Every week.
People need a reminder because
every
Wait,
week.
what did you say?
people
you need
assume
it-
that Panini can just keep making
You need
as
to,
much
you
product
need to
as they want.
celebrate your dumpy sticker autos when you get
Yeah.
them. You need to celebrate them. Be happy about them.
Well, if you look at like a product like Select Hybrid, which you're not even guaranteed an auto, and it's like what at one point it was like
T-Mall.
it was like $600 or $700 a box. This is a guaranteed autograph. It's a deal.
Well, and I get the conversation that it also sucks when a lot of the rookies and a lot of the autographs are redemptions.
Mm-hmm.
In the pandemic, there was going to be redemptions even without the pandemic.
Even without the
there was
pandemic.
going to be redemptions. There's always redemptions late in the calendar year. They just don't have the resources to get these players to sit down and have an autograph signing. There would have been at least 5 to 10 rookies that were probably going to be redemptions in this product anyway.
Right. But
Now-
yeah, you
now-
throw in
now-
like
now
you
you
throw
throw
in the
in-
bubble.
Now you
and
throw in the pandemic, and I'm actually surprised there's any on-card rookie autos. I mean Zion's in here.
Yeah,
Zion has live autos in here.
he does. Ja doesn't, from
Ja
what I can
doesn't.
tell. Maybe some of his sticker autos. I mean, and not to back up Panini because I know the redemption process does need to be fixed. But the reason why you don't have your auto and you have a redemption is because the player was unable to fulfill his obligation. The player is busy. In the case of Ja Morant, they had to fly out to the bubble and they had to play. I mean, I don't think they would let anybody into Orlando with some cards for him to sign during that period he was in the bubble. So
Granted, his teammate, my boy, the
BC?
all NBA
that's
first rookie.
true. So
was
I mean,
able to get his joints.
some guys take it more seriously than others.
Yeah.
Some guys are going to fulfill their obligations. They're going to put the work
And obviously
in.
the superstars will be more busy.
Right. And or just some guys just don't even care. It's
Hey.
such a small amount of money, right?
We're lucky. We're lucky. There's redemptions in there. What if it was points?
Yeah.
What if you're buying a $500 box? You're getting 250 point.
Well, you can't do it with one auto.
You can't. They shouldn't. They can. They. Are you gonna stop them when you open it up? And if you get points cards, what are you gonna do? You're gonna
You're
eat
going to
it.
be pretty mad.
Yeah. Ooh, well,
I'm gonna
go to Twitter, huh?
I'm going to go kick something.
You're gonna go to Twitter.
No, I'm
Well,
going to get really angry. Yeah, I'm going to do in all caps, like the thing that you love, and when everybody types in all
But
caps.
I'm just saying, like, you say they can't do it. I'm like, yeah, they theoretically they can. at least they put redemptions in there. At least it's not points.
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't have the patience to wait on a redemption. So if I pull one personally, I usually sell it and I let somebody else deal with it. But because you never know the timetable of these redemptions. But one thing to note about this product going forward, I really wish somebody would do this, is log which guys are redemptions and which products on checklists. So because these expire in 2022. So if you're looking at, like, let's just say John Morant is a top 5 player 3 years from now, people are going to be buying wax hoping to hit John Morant. We don't know if Panini's going to fulfill these redemptions. So that would be a really big kick in the nuts if, let's just say, these boxes go for $1,000 3 years from now, or $1,500, and you get a John Morant and you can't even get it because it's expired. So that's the frustrating part now, is that they're not honoring expired redemptions. I think they are trying to do other stuff to fulfill those. But, we almost need a resource, and it may be a great resource if somebody has the time to figure that out. And you could probably make some side money by having ads on that site, by listing what products have what redemptions and when they expire, because there is going to be people going back to these boxes trying to buy them, and it would be a helpful resource.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
and that's a great idea. None of these manufacturers want to put redemptions in their product. I want to reiterate that they, in a perfect world, redemptions would not exist. They don't want redemptions to exist. They want all the cards back. The last thing they want to do is have to, because honestly, it's more work for them. That product is already released, but they're going to have somebody in product development who is going to have to chase these players to try to get them to sign. Let's face it, signing these cards are not a top priority for these 19, 20, 21-year-old kids who are making millions of dollars playing the game that they love to play.
Well, and that's also the thing to consider, too, is that most of these guys have signed 70% of their autos for the year at the rookie premiere. This is before they've played an NBA game. So John Murray coming from Murray State, or John Morant, not John Murray.
John Murray.
John Morant, sorry, I combined his college with his name. But John Morant, could have been very, very happy to sign for the amount he was getting paid at that moment. Once he starts getting endorsement deals and he sees how much his value is worth, he's like, do I really want to sign these autographs for this amount when I can go make an appearance for this amount and double and triple my time? And I think that you see that. You've seen it with Julio Jones. Julio Jones didn't fulfill his end of the deal because he was like, well, dude, I can do a private signing and make triple to quadruple the amount signing 8x10s. So I think you get that from these athletes, especially these guys that are becoming stars.
Also, I think when they get these players to first sit down and do their autograph signing at either the photo shoot, the NBA photo shoot, or the rookie premiere, this is like literally some of these players, like the first check that they've actually received.
Yep.
They haven't got game checks yet. Now, when the season starts, they start getting their game checks. The money that they were getting before is not even close to probably what they're getting in game checks, depending on the player.
Right.
Depending on where they got drafted and how much, obviously, endorsement deals and all that stuff. But, like, once that real money starts rolling in, you're not going to go back and be like, oh, I got to go do this now, but for how much? Like,
And
then basically, I mean, you just tell your agent, like, I don't have time to do it. Like, just tell them I can't do it. I'm pretty sure that a lot of the communication that happens with the manufacturers is with the players' marketing team or agents. It's not even the players. Like, you think Ja's calling up somebody at Panini saying, hey, it's Ja. I'm not going to be able to get to these cards right now. No, they're just like sending an email or text to their agent saying, I'm busy, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'll get to it when I get to it, but I ain't doing it right now.
And Expedited Quality has got some great comments in the chat, but he was saying they must have a signed contract. Yes, they do, but Panini has zero to no leverage in the situation, because if they were to say you're not upholding your contract, we're going to enforce legal action. Now Ja goes to Zion, or he goes to Steph Curry, and he's like, can you believe what Panini's doing to me? They're suing me.
No, even worse yet, they go to the Players Association.
Exactly.
They go to the Players Association, and they're like, I don't know why you're dealing with this manufacturer.
They're suing me.
They're like threatening me. And when they go back to the negotiation table to sign, a player agreement deal or a league deal, that's not going to look good for negotiations when they're like, man, you guys are like really harassing a lot of our players. I think we're going to go in a different direction.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, I'm sure Panini goes to the extent of saying like, friendly reminder, like through an email, like friendly reminder. You're like, hey, we know you're busy, but is there any chance, like, if not, no biggie? It's like one of those situations where, like, once again, they have they don't have any leverage.
No leverage, even though it's contracted.
Yeah, even though it's contracted. And the manufacturers are paying a lot of money to get these autographs signed to these players. Like, it's not a dollar here, dollar there. I mean, it's substantial, but again, you're competing with other checks, other sources of revenue that are coming in that are also very substantial.
Yeah. And one last thing of the note, you can look at one of the recent sales, which actually this was a redemption last year. Luka was a redemption. So his 18-19 Optic number 249 is up to $13,000. So that tells you right there that Optic Contenders is becoming sought after. It's climbing up the ranks.
Very popular, like I said.
And honestly, last year was a great looking card. This year's a great looking card as well. And so you can kind of see why the prices are high on the retail side of the box. I wanted to just kind of throw this in there before we get into the value. 49.
What's the red one number 2?
99. So Brett Favre somehow got into a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game over the weekend, and he was sporting this very, very cool Tom Brady Buccaneers shirt. He actually signed it. You can see it zoomed in on the next slide. He signed it, Tom Brady is the GOAT, and he put Hall of Fame 16 Brett Favre. That is actually up for auction at Pristine Auction. I was thinking about bidding on it. There's 6 days left. But I think it's a very unique piece. I like unique items, but I thought it was pretty cool that he, one of the greats of all time called one of his peers that he had played with the greatest of all time. So, and you also may have some chip stains on it as well because he wasn't wearing a mask and he was walking down to the field eating what appears to be some jalapeno chips.
Did you see that video of his nephew?
No.
He's like they're in the box watching the game and his nephew's like, hey uncle, he's like, I wonder how much Tom Brady is worth. And then Brett Favre's like, yeah, that's a very good question. That's a very good question, son. And then he's like, and his nephew's like, yeah, because I know you're worth like 30,000 or something.
Classic.
And then Brett Favre looks at the camera and is like, yeah, okay.
But, I'm a little jealous. Obviously, I'm not Brett Favre, and none of us in this room are, but I want to go to a football game.
Man.
I want to go to a football. I'm even willing to, if the Niners open up the stadium over here and they let like 10% in, I am willing to pay. I'm sure the supply and demand will be through the roof, and people will be paying a lot of money just to go to a stupid single game against the Eagles or the Dolphins that are coming up. But I just want to go to a game. That's it.
Yeah, man. So, Vegas dropped the ball not letting people in on that first game.
I feel, if you look at the contracts that quarterbacks are getting now, and Brett Favre didn't really play that long ago, but he didn't play in that era where quarterbacks were getting that ridiculous guaranteed money.
Yeah.
I know it's like kind of off topic, but you're just talking about like his net worth, and I'm like, there's probably a part of him who's like,
well, he has.
Man, I was like 10 years too early.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think at one point he was the highest paid quarterback in the league, but there's probably a majority of the backups in the league now that are getting paid Brett Favre money.
Yeah. But I bet his net worth is still significant. I'm sure he made some great investments and you know what I mean, has a lot of things going on for him.
Well,
I'm just guessing, but
he actually has, and I was just looking for it briefly, but I don't know what it's called, but he has his own website where he sells his own merchandise that's signed. So, he's obviously monetizing that, and as a Green Bay fan, it's probably obviously a must-have item to have.
What about Jets fans? Cave, or Vikings fans?
I was gonna say Jets. I'm like, I think of Brett Favre. I think of the Jets.
Think of the Jets. I actually did see him in San Francisco play against the Jets, which was pretty cool, but.
In San Francisco, it would have been.
It was in San Francisco.
It would have been Candlestick. You went to a Jets Niners game?
Yeah.
At Candlestick?
Yeah. It was fun. And Brett Favre. I mean, I got to see Brett Favre in person.
And that was probably a pretty bad era of Niners football.
Think I don't remember if we won or lost. I might have had a few silver sodas, but
JT O'Sullivan out there throwing the rock.
It might have been him, Cody Pickett. I don't know.
Could have been Cody Pickett.
Yeah, could have been. Maybe Sean Hill. Actually, it was probably more than likely Sean Hill.
What is that shirt at right now?
I think it's only up to $500, but there's like 6 days left. So, Pristine Auctions.
It'll get to like 20 grand.
Win that, bro.
So I wanted to talk about this. We're going to get into the top 5 NFL value boxes for the 2019 season. I think Kyler Murray is absolutely exploding.
Kyler.
If you've lived under a rock, you got to check out his last 2 games. The Cardinals are 2-0. He's absolutely living up to the hype. I mean, coming into this, he was the only guy that was ever drafted first-round baseball, first-round football. I mean, absolutely crazy amount of talent. The big knock on him was his size. He had some bad interviews going into the draft. But in 2 games, and I know we can't take this as Bond, but he is projected to have an absolute insane season. 4,400 passing yards, 1,200 rushing yards, and 40 total TDs. I mean, Mike Vick had over 1,000 rushing yards, but he only had 2,400 passing yards. Last year, Lamar broke that rushing yard total, but he had under 3,000 passing yards. So this guy could have the greatest hybrid season of all time, which may catapult his cards to Patrick Mahomes pricing. I know we need to get that Super Bowl underneath his belt, but I wanted to go over because I think there's still some opportunity here to get some great value on some of the 2019 hobby boxes. So I wanted to go over the top 5 value boxes. The ones that are a little bit more affordable. I mean, obviously you can go for the NT, you can go for the Prism, and those cards are selling great, but those boxes to me are a little bit, overpriced for the average guy who's just wanting to bust a box. So I wanted to start with number 5 is a 2019 Donruss Optic football mega box. Mm-hmm. So we busted a lot of these. They have the parallels that are specific to the mega boxes, and you usually get a fair amount of rookie cards. Yep. So you get an Optic rookie card, and it looks like they're going base. This is a base Kyler. Going for $340 for a base Kyler Gem Mint 10. Now, I know it's, you got to get a Gem Mint 10 for it to go for that amount, but you can also get a chance of getting a holo Kyler in there as well, and the exclusive bronze parallel that's in there will also bring some extra value. So I think
I loved that product last year, 2019 Optic. Amazing.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. It was a good set design, and you also have chances of getting autos. They have relics and stuff in there, so I think it's a pretty good buy.
They have the bronze parallel auto, right?
Yeah.
Rated rookies.
Yep.
One per box, right?
One per box,
guaranteed.
Yep. So you look at the hobby version of it, which is around 500. I think at $249 you could almost get 2 of them. I think it's a better deal. So moving on to number 4. I think this one's a little undervalued. It's 2019 Phoenix.
Hell yeah.
And it's shiny. I mean, we're talking about parallels. They have different subsets. They have numbered Kylers. It's shiny. You're looking at some of the PSA 10s here. A lot of 2 sold for $200. So that's $100 a base card on a Gem Mint 10. I think that's supremely undervalued at $279 a box on the Phoenix. Contenders I had to throw in there because I think at $500 a box, which is probably our priciest one that we're going to go over, I think it's worth the gamble because if you pull a cracked ice Kyler, $20,000 they're going for right now, and if you look at Mahomes prices, sky's the limit on getting one of those.
That's amazing because I pulled a number to 5 of that card, not the cracked ice obviously, but it was number to 5 on card. This was like maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Wow.
Out of Contenders hobby.
Jeez. So somebody just got came up.
Yeah,
so.
but that's amazing how much it's jumped up even the last month because when I looked it up, it was obviously significant how much that one was going for. But
I think the cracked ice would sell for more, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even though that's another thing that doesn't make sense sometimes in this hobby.
I think it would sell for the same.
I think it would sell for the same because it's so low number.
Yeah, I think the.
But the cracked ice will sell for anything around the same stamp, like if it's number to 20 or 25.
Yeah. So,
but because it's 5, it's going to sell for the same.
Because it's number to 5, it's probably going to sell for the same amount.
Yeah.
Even though there's 23 cracked ice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just cracked ice seems to be the norm, but who knows? Things are changing. Number 2, I like this one because of the amount of hits. You're getting close to 5 hits a box. Illusions. At 324, it's more hit based, but they do have parallels. I think the parallels looked great last year. 2019 Illusions number to 25 sold for around $300. His autos are going for around 500. There's a lot of vets. There's a lot of parallels in Illusions, and I think at that price point, it's a pretty good buy. But my number 1 is Donruss. 2019 Donruss hobby box. At $270, you've got the Kyler rated rookies that are going for $150, and that's just for the base. And you have the canvas, raw selling for $150. You also, when you're dealing with Donruss, you have the whole rookie class to get as well. So you got Daniel Jones, you have Gardner Minshew possibly, you have all these guys as well in there that you can have as well. Even if you don't get Kyler, you have potential. So I think that is a strong buy.
Yep.
And as a little bit of an extra credit, you can get a blaster box for $34. I mean, those are going to be going up. I think that is a must buy at $34. 2019 Donruss blaster box. And
How can you lose?
Yeah.
How can you lose?
I mean, you're not guaranteed a Kyler, but, you know, I mean.
We have none of it.
We don't have any.
We actually don't have any.
I know we should be quiet so that we can buy it all.
Yeah, we were going to go buy some, but now we're not.
We're probably not. Now it's $80 a box.
Now we just priced ourselves out. Thanks, Doug.
No problem.
And I will say, Don, because of the way the market is now, and I've opened up a bunch of 2020 Donruss this year. You know, we're about to do some right after the show. It's actually, it's a legit value product. Like, you're getting so many cards, and there's so many interesting cards to get to. It's not just you can get the Optic previews this year. You know, you got your Downtown and Marvels inserts that are super short, and they're actually short print because they're very tough to pull. So Donruss is I bet the 2019, if we go back, it's probably just as good.
Yeah, and I don't think people have quite caught up to it yet, because what you're going to see is if he keeps performing, and I think he's on track to do close to what we projected, pending injury. I think the team is stacked. I think the scheme is amazing. I think Kingsbury's got his guys playing well. I mean, D-Hop, obviously, you see what he's doing. And I think 3, 4, 5 weeks from now, all these box prices are going to be up. And the people that are going to look for the cheapest are going to go towards Donruss. By that time, it's going to be too late. These blasters are going to probably be pushing $100. So I think now.
Actually, I would say in the next week.
You think so?
Kyler puts up another big game this Sunday, and you will not be able to find these blasters for less than $100. I mean, it's like right now, it's like teetering. I think this is literally the last time to get in anything 2019 before it just absolutely skyrockets.
Yep. I think people that came in, we talked about it last week, a lot of people came in from NBA to get into the NFL, and they're immediately going after Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. I think they're missing the mark on the 2019 stuff. So at some point, his stats are going to be like, wait a second, he's a winner. The Chargers are probably not going to make the playoffs. The Bengals are probably not going to make the playoffs. The Cardinals have a very, very strong chance of making the playoffs. And I think it's going to go up. So, you know, act now before the flippers with a Z come in and try to grab this stuff up. So,
you know, the thing about the NFC West is you may have to go 12-4 to win that division. I don't think that's out. I don't know all those teams, even the Niners. I know they're banged up, but all those teams look really, really good, and it may be the best division of football right now.
Hey, I mean, it has to be win total wise. Is there any other division that has 3 2-0s and a 1-1?
I don't think so, but it could be. And the
AFC West is gonna be up there, baby.
And the AFC West, I gotta say,
the West is one.
The Chargers very easily could have knocked off the Chiefs this week.
Easy, yeah.
If it wasn't for
an amazing kicker,
Harrison Butker, the butt kicker.
Nope, nobody else has 3
Chiefs
2-0s.
Chiefs look pretty human this past weekend.
Because you guys have the Broncos who are 0-2 in that division.
The thing about the Chiefs, though, like, it just seems like they can look flat for 3.5 quarters and then just turn it on.
Yep.
Last year,
I'm sad because
this year
the Niners are the only last place team that are 1-1 in the entire NFL. All the other last place teams are 0-2.
Well, Niners are lucky they had the Jets, or they'd be 0-2.
I don't know. We look pretty good out there. We want to tell you guys how to get involved in the giveaway. We want to know what your favorite box out of those 5 that we named. Put it in the comment below, and we're going to be giving away a box of 2020 Donruss. So make sure you comment below on our Mojobreak Media. Don't do it live right now. When this is uploaded to our Mojobreak Media, go ahead and make your prediction or make your pick on which box you would have out of all of them. Assuming that money's not an issue, you have $500 in your pocket. You could buy any of those 5 boxes. What are you buying? We want to know. Because our opinion, obviously, we break it. Maybe Illusions becomes the popular one. I don't know. So go ahead and drop it on the comment below on the Mojobreak Media video, and we will draw a winner and give away another box of Donruss. This week, we also have the NFL Blitz happening on our Mojobreak Media channel. Well, we're actually going to dive into all this stuff, including Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Jonathan Taylor. Are people forgetting about Clyde Edwards-Helaire already? Are they moving on to Jonathan Taylor? Is that what's happening? Are we going week by week on these running backs? There may be another running back next week. Maybe LaMichael P. Ryan has 100 yards. Are we switching that fast? Because the ADD is real when it comes to these non-quarterback skill positions. So, but I think that's all we got for the show, unless you guys want to add anything.
Go Raiders.
Cool.
Go Niners. Struggle. Not even in the top 10 in the ranking on ESPN right now.
Actually,
and smash that subscribe button on our Mojobreak Media.
Go.
Do
for
it.
the YouTube algorithm.
And the bell. Ring the bell.
Don't forget also, I think we've been talking about football. I know it's football season, but this is the last weekend of Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teams fighting for that playoff spot. Those last couple playoff spots, Giants one of them. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be action-packed baseball this
Fight.
By the way, go
this
Oakland
weekend.
because they already in there.
I know. I'm gonna be rooting for you guys. The only team left in Oakland now, so I mean, we got to root for the Bay Area.
Not rooting for the Giants. I just jumped off the bandwagon. have a couple bad games, and then it's just like
I'm off.
I'm over. They won last night, so.
Well, all right, guys. Well, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Mojobreak_com, as well as the same on Instagram. And we do breaks every day. We have more Contenders Optic throughout the week. We have more Mosaic football. We have more Donruss football. We got Bowman Chrome. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to get into.
We got some new releases this week too, right? NT Collegiate.
I think NT Collegiate got pushed back.
What?
Chronicles Baseball comes out
Chronicles
Friday.
Baseball.
Okay.
And yeah, Contenders Optic today.
Did Collegiate get pushed back to next week? Is that what it is?
You know, that is a good question. I did not see it on the release calendar when I looked. I saw it last week.
Oh,
we
we're getting
do-
the No Huddle though. A couple of that.
No Huddle, I think, might be coming out
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Hut.
And keep a lookout for
Yeah, 10-2.
Oh,
Panini Black Basketball online exclusive release. Got shipping notification on
sweet.
that. So,
So we might have some this weekend.
That could be coming in next week.
Oh, next week.
And also for personals, we're going to have that select Euro soccer, which if you go to any online retailer, they don't even have a price for it yet. So we'll have it ready for Tuesday personals. We've got a little bit. It'll probably be gone fast.
Yeah.
But jump on that because soccer is crazy. But that's all we got, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week on The Hype.